Hi. Can everyone hear me? That was so good. I really wish I had a pen and paper handy. Because, yeah, definitely. That was so good. Okay. Hello, everybody. I am Heather Allan of Bright Aesthetics and Body Wellness. I spoke to you yesterday. I am also a clinical trainer for Sinclair. I've been with the company for 10 years now. This will be my 10th year in January. And I own 2 practices in New Hampshire. So I know there's a lot of New Hampshire, New England faces here. I love doing things in the East Coast because you're all my people. It's the best. You all understand me. You get it. Okay. So what I'm going to talk about today is the mistakes that I've made as a business owner. I started in this industry as a practice development, doing a lot of practice development and super confident. And soon found out that there's so much more that goes into being a business owner than I even knew. So I've been in business now for 6 years, and I'm just going to share my story and also just some tips and tricks and things that I've learned along the way. So just about me, I enrolled in aesthetic school in 2004. I didn't know what I wanted to do yet with my life, and I thought that sounded fun. That's the true story. And I got my first job while I was in school as an office manager at an aesthetics office. I worked under a cosmetic physician, the same cosmetic physician in New Hampshire for about 7 years, and became the main operator in that practice. This is really where I just fell in love with the medical aesthetics industry. I wasn't so in love with aesthetics, but medical aesthetics really got my brain working and allowed me to really see full results and actually make a difference in people's lives. So I just fell all in love with medical aesthetics at that time. In 2011, I moved to Boston, and I managed and established skincare centers. There was 3 locations. I was a general manager, the decision maker. I look back at that time now, and I said, oh my gosh, who gave me that job? However, I learned so much. And this is really where I fell in love with consultations and training staff, and I learned so much. I had my first experience with Fiora, which is now Sinclair, at this office. I actually got a training. We purchased, I was part of the decision making and purchasing one of the first radio frequency devices, and I just was in so much awe of this training that I got and the passion that came from the sales rep, everyone that we talked to. It was unlike anything I've ever seen before. Shortly after, I actually became a clinical trainer. I saw how amazing that was, and I said, oh my goodness, I think I could do this. So I became a clinical trainer and practice development consultant, Fiora, in January of 2014, and I traveled all over. It was amazing. I still do it. I still do it on the side, and training definitely has my heart, and it always will. But I did see a need. I saw a need in my area for a med spa, to bring all of these amazing treatments that I've learned about and I was teaching people, and all the things that I learned about to my area. So in 2018, I opened Bright Aesthetics and Body Wellness, and then we opened our second location in August of 22. So we've a little bit over a year, and it's been a wild ride for sure. I've learned so much, but a little bit just about us and what we do, just so you can kind of get the vibe of our office. So we're in Manchester and Nashua. We do laser hair removal, we do photo rejuvenation, skin tightening, body contouring, lash services, fractional radio frequency, diamond tip microdermabrasion. We do dermafuse, dermaplaning, hydrofacials, pre-made dermafacials, acne clearance, vaginal rejuvenation, medical massage, neuromodulators, dermal fillers, medical weight loss assistance, and medical grade skincare. Those are some pictures of my office. I added my mission, or our mission here, Mainly because I think it's really important to always look back at your mission. If you don't have a mission, I know everybody talked about this today and yesterday, but if you don't have a mission, it's just really important for you to have it, but then also to just continuously look back at it. Make sure that what you're doing reflects that. Make sure that when you walk into your office, every part of your business reflects this mission that you had. All right, so our mission is to create a cosmetic medical space in Southern New Hampshire that builds client base based and rooted in confidence of kindness, integrity, knowledge of the skincare provider. To create clean, safe space that anyone and everyone, regardless of age, gender, status, appearance, feels welcome and approved, accepted. To provide a consistent, result-oriented solutions to our clientele so that they leave us more confident, more informed, excited to come back. And then this one is like near and dear to my heart, but to create sought-after employment opportunities for people with high integrity and that value learning, growth, and becoming masters at their craft. So a little bit about Bright in our timeline. Again, we started in 2018. We actually we rented 1,500 square feet. We had one treatment room going at the time in 2018, and we got a V20 and a Pristine. In 2019, we brought on massage therapy, opened a second room, and in a third room, and we brought on the V30. So these were fully loaded systems. In 2020, we brought on lashes and injectables, and a hydrofacial. Again, the pre-May was not born yet, or it was born, but we just didn't have it yet. In 2021, we brought on a second V20, Dermafuse and VFR. 2022, we opened our second location in Nashua, and we brought on the Pristine, a Dermafuse, the VVR, hydrofacial, and a third V20. In 2023, we brought on weight loss, pre-May, and just recently, we felt the need that we needed even more. We have 3 Dermafuses going all the time. If you know me, you know I love the Dermafuse, and the Pristine. All right, so a little bit about our success. We opened our doors in 2018. 6 years later, we're still growing. Started with 0 employees, just us, and we've grown to a team of 14 now. Started with 1 location. We have 2 locations now and 9 treatment rooms. We doubled our revenue year 1 to year 2, which was amazing. Tripled our revenue 3 to 4. We have 1 partially booked treatment room when we started, and now we have 9 treatment rooms in 2 locations booked 6 to 8 weeks out. I added this. I promise you they did not ask me to add this in, but I added this because this is really important, and it's a huge part of my success. So just how working with Sinclair has helped us grow. First, the quality of the devices, the quality of the treatments that I can perform and I can offer are just, they're out of this world. And they lead to so many things that really help me to be successful. The fact that we can treat people head to toe, we're creating lifelong clientele based. We can obtain our own before and after pictures because we get results. So very comfortably, we have our own before and after photos that really help us grow and help with just our clients believing in us. When clients see results, they share with friends and family, and that just builds a happy, trusting client, a happy, healthy relationship with your clients. The quality for sure. Clinical. I mean, my heart is with clinical. And now that I'm a business owner, I've seen so many other device companies and other things, other businesses try to come in and sell to me, and I just see that there's nothing like our clinical team, and it's so great. I've been saying that for so many years, but to actually see it firsthand and to see these companies, I'm like, okay, so what do you do? If I purchase this device, what am I going to get from this as far as clinical? And I know every single time we blow them out of the water. So just to see that has been really, really cool. And just how when the clinical team comes into my office, just their energy just changes everyone's opinions in the office, and it's just such a nice way to bring them all back to where we all started, right? That excitement. Support, clinical support. Isn't that a great picture? Clinical support, seriously, this is how I feel. I feel like they are my superheroes because I have never worked with a company that I can just call and they'll be there. Like, they really care that I'm up and running at all times, and I've never seen anything like that. So they are a superhero, my superhero. And then just having solutions. You know, I was talking about how we really, really needed a facial treatment, and what did Sinclair bring on? The Premay, and it blows everything else out of the water. So just being able to grow with the company and seeing how they always are filling those needs with solutions has been amazing. Consistent new handpieces, upgrades from V10s to V30s. It's been amazing. And then always new treatments, new handpieces, in order to make more revenue without having to buy a whole new device. Okay, so now I'll get into what we've done right. There's a few things that we did do right from the get-go. These are my beautiful staff. They're so sweet. Okay, so we started small. And for us, this worked so well. You know, I started small, and I started with a fully loaded V20 and a Pristine, right, in one room, and have grown because of that. I feel that it was always an organic growth, and we never went above our means as we grew. Prioritizing training was huge. Of course, that's my background, right? So I make it very important that they go through a full training process. All of my employees, I really want them to be masters at their craft. Prioritizing integrity within the business has been something that I'm really, really, really passionate about. And I've seen other companies fail because they're not prioritizing integrity. So that's a very important one to me. And then focusing on our individual strengths and interests. So things that I personally like and am good at is what I do within my business. Of course, we're business owners. We have to do all the other things. Like, do I clean toilets? Absolutely. I'm not saying that, right? But what I'm also saying is that my daily tasks that I put on myself are things that I feel passionate about so that I never feel overwhelmed with all of the other things that maybe aren't as easy for me to do. Of course, we have to do them, like I said. However, utilize other people and their strengths as well and bring them on so that you can have that assistance and that help. And we always created a family-like atmosphere within our business that I just think that our employees really appreciate, and I've heard, they've told me this, and so if you don't have that feel to your office, then I definitely say do some events with them. You know, give them treatments on their birthday, give them flowers on their birthday, make them feel special, make them feel like you care about them. They will give back to you in such an amazing way. Okay, so this is really the juicy stuff. This is what we've done wrong. So I broke it down to brand, team, clients, business, and myself. So there's a lot. Our brand, let me go back to that. Okay, so this is my first logo. My sister made my logo while she was in marketing school. I didn't like it. I didn't want to hurt her feelings. But I'm like, whatever, slap it on the wall. We got to get this going. There was so much that went into starting a business that I had no idea about. So I did. I put it on the wall, and I won't say I hated it. I grew to hate it, but I didn't hate it at the beginning. It just didn't represent. It definitely did not represent our brand. This is our new brand that we launched because I needed to put up a $10,000 sign. And I'm like, I'm not putting up that old logo. We need to redo this. So this is our new brand, or part of our new brand. It's not our whole brand. And we've brought on monthly memberships that I talked about yesterday. And it's on everything, right? It's on t-shirts. If you know me, you've seen this because I wear it. It's everywhere. So we've done pens, folders, website, brochures, t-shirts, bags. It's on the walls everywhere. The more that you use your brand, the more people are going to recognize your brand. Come on. Okay, so our team. Made a lot of mistakes in the beginning with our team. One that's still hard to this day, and I have to remind myself of this all the time, is that you can't get frustrated with your staff's weaknesses without utilizing their strengths. So talk to them. Find out what drives them. Find out what are the things that they love to do. Find out what are the things that you really feel like they could excel at. Watch them, because they're going to do so much better and give so much back to you, so much more back to you if they love what they're doing, if it doesn't feel like work. And then getting frustrated with them for not being something that they're not, we can always help them. We can always, leave. We want them to leave better than we found them. However, we also want to make sure that we're building them up and not bringing them down and not discouraging them. And that was a really hard one for me at first. When I switched it, I've really seen them flourish. Micromanaging. I don't micromanage very well. I just get frustrated and do it. But it can get hard to not micromanage because you want it done a certain way. I would say that if you're finding yourself micromanaging, take a look at yourself, but also take a look at your staff. Because if you're micromanaging, then your staff is not maybe up to par. So they need more training, they need more time, they need more from you, or they're not the right staff for that job. Hiring for experience and not integrity. So this is a huge one. We can always train, but it's really, really hard, or you cannot train integrity into somebody. So make sure that they're representing your brand and your business, so they have the same level of integrity as you do. We've had some issues with that. And then not giving the right incentives. Recently, I brought all my staff in separately, and I've asked them, what drives you? What makes you tick? Like, what? If you sold a package, would you rather have a bigger bonus? Would you want me to say, thank you so much, I appreciate you? That's so important because none of my staff said that it was a monetary thing, which I was so surprised at. In my mind, I'm like, what do you mean? Like, who doesn't want to make money? Of course, everyone wants to make more money. However, it's not always the leading thing that drives them. So make sure that you're incentivizing them with the right things. Okay, our clients. Not offering memberships was huge. I do not know why I was scared of memberships. I really was. I watched it all the time. I spoke about it. But I'm like, I don't know, that seems like a lot. There's a lot of legality. I don't know, that seems like a lot. Once we launched our memberships are 25% of our business at this point. And we've only launched it a year ago. That's huge, right? And it's growing all the time. People love a membership. So if you're nervous about a membership, just do it. I promise you will see yourself flourish from it. Not being picky about who we're treating. We all have bills that we have to pay, and we're like, okay, you're not the best. You're not maybe the best person for body contouring because you just told me that you don't want to work out, you don't want to eat healthy, but you're handing me cash right now. Right? We've all been there. So do not take that client on. I promise you they are going to always be more of a headache than worrying about your bills that week. I promise. Being afraid of combination therapies. This is another one that we spoke about a ton, right? This really sets us apart from our other people in our area because we do combination therapies. We treat all different layers of the skin. We treat them all at the same time. We customize. It's huge. You're going to get way better results if you do combination therapies. And then not following up. You do a consult, they come in, they seem great, they tell you they're going to go talk to their husband, they leave. Oh, okay, I guess that wasn't the best lead or whatever. No. Contact them. They need another touch. They need more from you. So always follow up with every single client. Even if they just come in for their first treatment, make sure you're coming in. You're contact them again. Okay, our business. Being afraid of social media. I was petrified of social media. I did my own social media. absolutely petrified to do it myself. And when we do some social media stuff, it's so funny to see some of the accounts just absolutely afraid to do anything related to social media. And then 6 months later at the next Beauty Boss, we see them flourishing and doing all these reels and all these things. I promise you just have to get comfortable with it. You just got to do it. Not setting up a marketing plan for the beginning of the year. Marketing plans are super important. I know that we've touched on that one today or yesterday. Following industry fads and not having a cancellation policy in place and active. This is so big. This is absolutely one of the biggest things, the biggest mistakes that we made. Our cancellation policy is every single person signs before they can make an appointment with us, and it has totally changed how booked we are. I promise it's quick, okay? All right, so for myself, taking things personal has been a big thing for me, right? You don't sell that one series or whatever, or the competition in the area, somebody said something bad to you, all of that, throw it out. It's energy that you do not need. Again, stressing about competition. If you have, if you need to, I'm so bad when I am like on, running out of time. I'm so sorry. I'll get through it though, I promise. Okay. Getting overwhelmed, like I am right now. Stressing about competition. So any of the energy that you're going to put into stressing about competition, put back into your business. Go do something for your business. Use that energy wisely. And then thinking mistakes equal failure. All right, this last slide. Yep. Good? Okay. All right. So somebody came up to me after the last Beauty Boss and said this to me, and it was one of the sweetest things that anyone ever said to me. You are 1 in 500. You are 1 in 500. 1 in 500 people in the United States are business owners, are small business owners. And we employ 46.8% of US employees. So you are so important. Only 9% of US citizens own a small business. I just love that fact. So I want you to be proud of the work you are doing, the person you are, and the difference you're making. This is hard. It's a hard job to own a spa, a med spa. It's harder than I thought, but you're doing great. Just slowly move forward and try to have all of your energy go in that direction. That's it.